Victim Services of Middlesex County is located in Strathroy, and we offer services throughout Middlesex County to any individual faced with any type of criminal act or tragic circumstance. Definitely any senior who may be encountering any type of criminal activity or mistreatment can engage our service in getting access and connections to the appropriate resources. Victim Services staff would be more than happy to sit down with any individual who fears as if there could be somebody that they know, or whether they themselves have been victimized or have the potential to be victimized. So a member of our staff team would be able to sit down and create an individualized safety plan with you, provide support to you, information and knowledge about resources on how to better protect yourself and how to ultimately try and prevent the likelihood that you might be targeted in your home, in your community, living in a residential setting, or various other types of situations that you could encounter. Individuals are most often referred by a police officer at the time that they're investigating an incident. So in the event that an officer encounters an individual that needs additional support or resources, they have a dedicated referral line that they can contact our volunteers 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and get people there on scene at the time of the incident to provide that support in a much needed fashion. Individuals can also call our office and make a self-referral by calling and speaking with any member of our staff team who will be able to identify and assess what their needs are and help get them connected with the appropriate resources. Agencies and organizations throughout the community are also able to make referrals to our program to help engage in the process of creating a support plan on how best to get people engaged in the appropriate resources to meet their needs. Victim Services of Middlesex County offers 3 programs. The Victim Crisis Assistance and Referral Service Program, otherwise known as the VICRS program, is a program that provides trained crisis response volunteers to provide support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to any individual facing a criminal act or a tragic circumstance at the request of a police or community service provider. The trained volunteers go on scene at the time of the incident, could be in a home, could be on scene at a hospital, could be at a police service, and provide information about the appropriate resources and provide practical assistance, including such things as transportation or accessing, hygiene supplies, that kind of stuff, really to help meet the most basic needs of that individual and to help move them forward to getting connected with the appropriate resources. Victim Services is located at 85 Zimmerman Street South, Unit 2, Strathroy, Ontario. The office number is 519-245-6660. And we have a website where individuals are able to go online and access all sorts of information, contact information, and to get more details about the programs and services that we offer.
At the courthouse, there are victim witness assistance programs that will assist that senior from the beginning of the charge through the court process to the very end. As well, most police services in Ontario have their own in-house victim witness program or branch, and they too have trained staff that can assist the senior.
Another agency that gets involved as a community partner to assist, particularly in financial abuse cases, but also in others, is the Office of the Public Guardian and Trustee. Their role is to protect the needs, their finances of cognitively impaired, incapable seniors. In the event of concerned financial abuse, they do have an investigations unit that works closely with police and other partners to ensure that if a resident is potentially being exploited or a senior in the community is being exploited, they can step in and they can set safeguards in place. And if necessary, they can take over managing the finances for that senior. They also can get involved in some cases where there's a suspicion that the decision maker on behalf of an incapable adult is making decisions or choices that are not in the best interest of that senior. They will again work with community partners and policing agencies to ensure systems are put in place to protect that senior.
Crime Stoppers is a not-for-profit organization. We are not a police program. We work very closely with the police agencies. I'm hired by the police, and my partner is also hired by the police. He works for the OPP. And between the two of us, we run the London Elgin Middlesex Crime Stoppers program. The way the Crime Stoppers program works is we have a toll-free number, 1-800-222-TIPS, which is 8477. It's an international number. When a caller calls that number, they will get a live person, whether it be me, my partner, or somebody from our answering service. They're trained operators to take Crime Stoppers tips only. So they're trained to take the information, pass it along to my office, and then my partner and I will disseminate the tips. What happens when somebody calls is basically it starts off as a conversation. The person can give me the information that they have, and we'll discuss what they're calling about. If it's abuse against seniors, we'll discuss the information that they know, what they think might be going on, anything that they have, as little or as much detail as that they have. We're not an investigating agency. We don't investigate these situations. But what we do is we take the information anonymously so that that family member or neighbor or friend don't have to reveal their identity. They don't want their family member or friend to know that they've called, but they have their concerns. They're afraid to call the police direct because they're afraid the police won't do anything without their name, their address, their phone number, that sort of thing. So Crime Stoppers is an avenue to pass that information on to get the appropriate police or investigating agencies to that senior to find out if he or she is okay. If a senior or family member or neighbor or anybody had any concerns, they can call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS, which is 8477, or they can submit a tip online at londoncrimestoppers.com. There's an icon to submit a tip and we can take it electronically.
So on the community support side, we have programs such as Meals on Wheels, which deliver meals 5 days a week to people who need them, transportation, blood pressure clinics, the Alzheimer's visiting program, the adult day program, hospice supports. We do exercise classes, we do congregate dining, we do friendly visiting. We also have the volunteer visiting program that we try to match up isolated seniors who are healthy and well, but feel that they can't get out into the community, so we can match them up with a volunteer to go visit with them on a weekly basis or bi-weekly basis. And we also do things like telephone reassurance, where we phone people every day at a certain time to make sure that they're okay and they're well. So those are three of on our senior support side. And then we also have the Alzheimer's support program, which often are there to help support family who are taking care of their loved ones who have Alzheimer's. And it gives them a break where they have a volunteer who's trained in Alzheimer's, and they come in and visit with them and stay with them, and it gives them some support so they can go out and do what they need to do. Another service that we provide is called home maintenance referral. Clients will call in and say they need their roofs replaced. Well, then we'll give them a list of 2 or 3 people who will do the roof, but they've been approved. And then also what we do in about a month's time, we follow up with the client to see how was their service. To contact the VON here in Strathroy, you would call our office at 519-245-3170, or on our senior support is 519-245-6279. We also have offices in Elsa Craig and in Dorchester, and then VON Middlesex Elgin also has a London office and a St. Thomas office.